DeAndreox7 here, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Anime Episode Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing Pokemon Journeys, Episode 60, Aim to be a League Master, Charged with Chivalry. Before we start off this episode, I would just like to say that the other day, or not really the other day, like last week, I tested positive for the COVID-19, the coronavirus, and it's not fun. My mom actually had it before me. She was sick for like 3 days before I had it, and then I guess she passed it to me. So right now I have what's called asymptomatic coronavirus, or asymptomatic. I'm asymptomatic. Basically, I show little to no symptoms. Like the worst I got is a sore throat. It comes and goes, and a runny nose, and that's just about it. Everything else is just, my body just ignores it. So, but for those of you who are concerned, those of you who have shown your concern, thank you. Appreciate it. Just know that, me and my mom are fine. We're slowly recovering, and but you guys don't really care about my personal life, so on to the review. Also, spoiler warnings for those of you who don't like spoilers, but then again, if you guys don't like spoilers, then why are you guys watching this video? Pokemon Journeys has given Ash Ketchum a strong team, a team that consists of Pikachu, Dragonite, Gengar, Lucario, and Galarian Farfetch'd. I didn't ignore you, Dracovish, but maybe show up once in a while. The episode was actually a build-up for the Ash vs. Rinto rematch. The reason why Ash and his Galarian Farfetch'd went through some serious training the past few episodes was so that they can defeat Rinto and his Gallade. The episode started off showing that Ash Ketchum went through lots of off-screen battles and now features a current ranking of 273 within the Pokemon World Coronation Series. Ash was then shown currently training his Farfetch'd, with Go and Scizor helping out. After some intense training, both Farfetch'd and Scizor were exhausted, so Ash and Go took them to the Pokémon Center, and that is when they meet Rinto. And so, the battle between Ash and Rinto begins. After some intense moments, Ash's Farfetch'd was on the back foot, but as Ash kept cheering it on, Farfetch'd stood up and evolved into Sirfetch'd, finally defeating its rival Gallade, thus boosting Ash's ranking up to 184 within the Pokemon World Coronation Series. A couple fun facts about this episode. The Japanese title for this episode is a reference to the anime's first Japanese opening, Aim to be a Pokemon Master, which is a bop. Go check it out. Despite having debuted in Primeape Goes Bananas 1,120 episodes ago, this is the first time Bellsprout has received a single Pokédex entry in the anime. As of this episode, every Pokemon Ash has caught in Pokemon Journeys the series so far is fully evolved. Now for my initial thoughts, my final thoughts of the episode. This episode, I feel, is in many ways an ideal encapsulation of Journeys as far as Ash's handling is concerned, as while the core of it is solid enough and executed pretty well, there are notable cracks all around that lower plenty of what is an otherwise perfectly competent arc ending the episode. To talk of the positives, however, I quite liked both major elements of the episode, be it the meeting with the hurt Bellsprout that let Go catch him, and more specifically the main event of the episode, the rematch between Ash and Rinto. I quite like the very fact this episode heavily draws back from the Castle of Chivalry episode by showcasing Scizor as Farfetch'd's initial sparring partner before the Pokemon Center visit, on top of constructing use of it during the battle by having Ash suggest to his Pokemon to use his bisected leak as a sword and shield combo by comparing it to Aegislash's battling style, making for a very pleasant, quote-unquote origin story of Sirfetch'd's set of weapons in a way that plays well into his night training. The biggest problems of the episode, for the most part, aren't really about the main plot and more of how, as a part of a bigger narrative, this episode suffers from structural decisions Pokemon Journeys decided to go for, ranging from beginning the episode with a rather lengthy recap that not only repeated the identical form of exposition of what the World Coronation Series is about as episode 51, but also included exactly what the importance of the Wickstrom episode was for Farfetch'd's growth, which is in definite keeping with this show's aim to make each episode enjoyable standalone, yet also makes it seem like it doesn't trust its audience to be ready to maintain with the type of knowledge that prior series wouldn't have had problems trusting the viewers about, which is jarring with how the earliest episodes of the season could actually afford some little bit of intra-series continuity with no need to carry the watchers by hand, so to speak. The reason why I'm declaring the problems with the recap is additionally that it just about puts the main focus on this episode as an instance within the World Coronation Series over a little climax within it. Particularly notable by how, just like the prior episode about the competition, Ash ended up having an on-screen climb of the ranks up to 273, while not as severe as, the prior climb. It does end up yet again playing against what used to be the key asset of the tournament by allowing every battle Ash faced to be meaningful and to possess stakes in his chance to face Leon, since by now it looks like Ash's progress happens more off screen than on, which not only feels jarring, but feels to make what progress we do see feel arbitrary. Not helped by how Rinto stated during this episode to have been within the normal class when he faced Ash, yet managed to enter the great class with a rank high enough to steer to a sharp rise upon Ash winning the match in but 10 episodes. I can understand that showing too many matchups would, risk taking an excessive amount of time the more Ash's rank rises, and also the battle should feel more meaningful and harder and the higher we go. But the very fact we barely see even implications of Ash challenging other trainers unless it's an episode dedicated to him makes it feel like the World Coronation Series exists in a vacuum unrelated to the remainder of the story we follow. The vacuum problem about the World Coronation Series is all the more notable because the Bellsprout segments remind us that Go's handling is the prior opposite of Ash's, giving him a mini story within the episode that, while fundamentally nice and pretty wholesome, runs pretty long for something completely divorced from the main plot of the episode. On the whole, though, I'd still consider this an ultimately good episode for the explanations I expressed earlier in the video, and very much worth a watch, and one I enjoyed, obviously. Really hope to be proven wrong, but with the series roughly halfway into its lifetime, any turnarounds of Ash's handling better come as soon as possible now. And that's going to be it for today's video. Don't forget to smack that like button if you guys haven't already, and please subscribe if you want more videos like this. It's 100% free, and click that bell icon while you're at it, and be sure to check out all of my other content. But until then, love you all, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Only good, Chill Army.